Hello and welcome to the Bald Explorer live chat. Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome along. This is a different type of live show for those people who are very familiar with the Vobes show that I do, which is the Vobes show studio that I'm in. I thought I'd come into the Vobes show studio. It'd be a bit easier, really, to do my live show. I sometimes do my Sunday chats from here. Oh, and by the way, probably won't be a Sunday chat, because if I'm chatting to you now, I would ordinarily be recording the Sunday chat now to go out tomorrow. So do you mind if you take it as read that that's what's happening? That would be absolutely fantastic. Oh, this snow's rather good, isn't it? Shall I stop it? I think I can do that by... That's incredible, isn't it? Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Merry Christmas Sunday chat, just for an hour. And I very much appreciate you tuning in live. And of course, if this is the first time you've ever seen any of these things, please bear in mind that there is a chat box in which you can type freely to me and talk to me. Also, a little bit later on, I will put up a telephone number, a UK telephone number. If you want to call in and have a chat, you might want to make some comments and things. So randomly, I'm just going to look at my chat feed here and see who's here and just say a few hellos. In the Vobes show, we used to do something called the roll call, where we would read out the names of the regulars who came in. I'm not going to attempt to do that, but it's very nice to see lots of familiar faces, of course. Billabong O'Neill, hello to you. Station Master's Choice, Ron Langley, Julia M, Woody Jenny, Ringer Thomas, Fabian Rance, Carol, Mike Stevens, Nigel Sadler. So many of you lovely people who've come and they've supported me over the years, either financially or just by watching the videos or sending in bits and pieces or sending gifts and all those things, and have really encouraged me to keep going and to keep doing what I do and what I love to do. And I can't put it into words how much that really is appreciated. When I set this YouTube channel up as a daily video 4.5 years ago now, I have been on YouTube for much longer than that, but I thought I would take it more seriously and see if I could actually make some form of living and commit to making a video initially for the first 4 years every day, which I did. And now, of course, 4 times a week. Is it 3 times a week? I can't remember. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays with a Sunday chat. So that's 4 times, I suppose. So, it's an incredible journey. Also, hello to David Vad, Jackie H.W., Will Allen, Brendan Dean, Lee Lawson, Regina Celia Sombini dos Santos. I don't know if I've got that in any way close. And Alan Sandow, Sean James Cameron, Lee Wigginton, and Daniel Watkins, many, many more. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please feel free. Now, let me think how you get in the Vobes show. Somebody can help me with this. In the Vobes show, if you put the @ and the Vobes show, it comes up in orange on the screen. I'm not sure what you would have to type on this. I hope you haven't got to type Richard Vobes brackets the Bald Explorer close brackets in order for it to come up on the screen, so that it's highlighted and I can notice your comment above everybody else's. So I will do my utmost to see everybody. But anyway, Merry Christmas. Chris Frost has joined us, Holly and Co, John Ward, Victoria Allam, Mark Burgess, Lynn B, Sensible Paul. I know I'm going to try and mention as many names as possible, but you know what it's like. It's very difficult. Myth Leash, nice to see you there. Hello to you. I'm sure I'm going to pronounce people's names from overseas very, very trickily. Anyway, so this is really just, I guess I don't do very many Bald Explorer lives, and that's because I suppose I do many, many videos on there, and you leave your comments and what have you. But I figured there might be questions that you might have that you would like to engage and chat to. I've got a video to play in. Oh, people have got it. Mike Stevens, hello to you. Anna Jones works here. Robert Brailsford. It's come out in orange. Yes, at Richard Vobes, brackets, the Bald Explorer. You might just have to copy it and then you can paste it in if you need to do it. That seems to be the best way of doing it. There's a slight delay, obviously, because it's a live feed between when you type and things that I talk up on here. 125 viewers, says Carol. Thank you very much. I'm let me just turn this screen on here. That's really kind of you to come in. I thought you'd all be busy. I thought it would only like half a dozen of us would group round here thinking, oh, we've got nothing else to do on a Saturday. Now, let me tell you, I don't know whether you are familiar, because I have to remember that there's a different audience and a similar crossover audience on the Vobes show, but on the Bald Explorer, it's a bigger channel, so there's a lot of people who don't necessarily know what we do on the other channel. And there's a very good friend of mine, Richard Sugget, who runs the Veg Grower podcast, who he has been on many of the videos that we've done on this. He very kindly invited me for Christmas dinner. So I'm just back from there. Thank you, Richard. If you're out there. There he is. There he is. How long is a piece of string, he says. I don't know. Very lovely Christmas dinner at Richard and Amanda's. And I met Amanda's mum as well, Jackie. So if you're watching, Jackie, it was lovely to meet you. Thank you very much, Amanda, for all the cooking, and Richard for the comedy jokes. And I brought some mince pies, the second batch ever of mince pies that I'd ever made, and Richard scoffed most of them. Good on him. I'm going to be making some more, so that's all good. So I'm not quite really sure how this is going to work and what we're going to talk about, but I want to find out what you've been doing for Christmas, first of all, which would be lovely. So if you can contact the show via the chat thing and tell me what you've been doing, and in a moment I will put up a telephone number and we can have a chinwag. I know that there is different methods of communicating on the chat thing, but it's probably best only to do the typing thing, because I'm not sure that I get all the other means of things. I don't know. I'm sure that hasn't made any sense. It's all right. I've not been drinking today. I'm having some coffee here to keep me awake, actually. So there we go. So what I wanted to start with on today's show is play in a video that Sean James Cameron very kindly has put together. He has a YouTube channel. Do go and check him out. It's particularly if you like gardening, that sort of thing. But he also does rambles and all sorts of bits and bobs. Interesting chap. Very dear friend to the channel, just like Richard from the Veg Grower podcast. I've met some fantastic YouTubers by doing this, wonderful people who do amazing work, and a lot of them do it for, not trying to get money. Some like myself do try to sort of earn some sort of money as it becomes a way of life. There's some wonderful people. Now Sean has put together a little edit of some of the highlights of what I've been up to in the last year. Would you like to see it? Would you like a reminder of the kind of nonsense? This is not so much the silly stuff. This is more about the landscape, the heritage, and the landscape, heritage, and nature. Yes, forgot about nature, as well as the Englishness and what is important. So if I've got the right button here, hang on a minute. I think it's here. Let's have a look at this. And big thank you to Sean. I'm drawn to those things of yesteryear. I'm drawn to those things of our English customs. Cups of tea, teapots, OS maps, looking at history. I'm looking at the map here. I intend tomorrow to have a walk around a bit just off the A24. A little blue knob. need to be connected to it. Isn't that amazing? Goes wrong, 999 is the number.
This is early morning and I'm not a morning person.
I know there's going to be someone in the comments who will say exactly what it is.
Oh, of course. There's always somebody in the comments who knows far more than we do. We must hang on to our landscape. It's not just for us humans. There's a whole host of wildlife. I'm not an expert on wildlife by any means, but I know that it has a right to live as much as we do. Well, there you go. How about that? Thank you so much, Sean. And it's interesting when somebody else puts a video together, because it's interesting what other people pick, and it reminds you of stuff that you've done. So different than if you were editing, if I'd edited it myself, because you would have picked out, you would have been so familiar. And it's great to be able to sit back and watch those moments from the year and think, oh yeah, I remember doing that. That's right. Oh yeah, that's a lovely shot, and look at that landscape there, and oh, look at those sheep, or whatever it is. Fantastic. One of those happy memories there, I have to say, was going and picking the lovely Julia up, who's been a very integral part of the show, as I'm sure you'll all agree, early in the morning, and saying, come on, we're going to have breakfast at the sunrise. And there we were at Steyning Bowl. I can't remember exactly when that was. It was probably April, May time, I imagine. And we were out there in the freezing cold, as you saw. It was great. And the light over the year has been fantastic, particularly if you're into filmmaking. So that was really good. Julia M says, it's been great fun watching all year. Thanks, Richard, and thanks to Sean for that. Thank you very much. That's very kind. Lovely montage, Sean, says Dave Ivad. The hit, the like, says Jacqueline Archer. Thank you very much, Jacqueline, which is lovely. And Veg Grower Podcast says, good one, Sean. And Andrew Bradbury says, lovely to see the short clips. Happy Christmas from the Peak District, walking the Pennines today. Little bit of snow. Must go back. I have been up to the Pennines. You may remember a couple of years ago, the year before, well, it must have been 2019. And in fact, I was due to go up in March, April time 2020 with another viewer who used to watch the show. And we were going to go up and do some more walking in that area in the north of the Peak District. But of course, we know what put paid to a lot of travelling around, and I know many other YouTubers have suffered the same, which is a shame. Flappy Goose says, if you want to see the sunrise, he finds it easier to stay up all night. Now, I'm not very good at staying up all night, I have to say. I am an early riser, but I'm also an early to bedder. Yeah. Len Kimber, hello to you. He says, love the new home videos. I was very nervous about doing the home videos because I felt that everybody expected me to get out into the countryside and do the walking and all of that. And on some days, when the weather has been grim, or during the lockdown periods where it was very frowned on to go out or do anything, have fun in any shape or form, I started to do these more of the domestic videos, as I call them, and I was greatly surprised that people found them interesting. I think I've come to realise that my lifestyle is quite different from the average person. Some people do live similar to me in similar ways, and other people live remarkably different, and so I guess it has its certain appeal. Jeff and Mandy says it's 44 Fahrenheit here at the moment in Sussex. When I came back from Mr. Sugget's house, it said 9 degrees centigrade in the van. Tony Wigglesworth, he says, love the vids, happy Christmas, love the live interaction. Thank you very much, Tony. It's so nice to see also in the chat here tonight some of the regulars who chat on the Bald Explorer channel, who I've never had that chance to interact with, so that's really nice. And I do try as much as I can to at least put a heart on videos that, on the comments rather, on the videos, and try and at least, say something. It depends how popular the video is and how busy one is. It is quite a task, as you can imagine. Mrs. T says it's quite mild here in Essex today. Yes, it's been very mild down here. We've not really had that much rain, a bit of drizzle, but that's it. But I was talking to Mark Garner earlier this morning, and he said in Gloucestershire it was awash with rain. So, yeah, I mean, the weather is so changeable in the UK, of course. Dave Alexander, he says, what is the theme song? It's great. So that's called, the music that I use is licensed to a music library called artlist.io. Royalty-free music, but you pay. So I pay about £200 a year to have access to amazing music. I mean, absolutely amazing. And I only use, as you can imagine, a very tiny little aspect of it. There's a lot of more modern music, singing with lyrics and people and all of that, which you can use. It's absolutely fabulous. And I do recommend it. And I think it's worth the money. I think it's definitely worth paying if you're producing a lot of stuff. So I started off using two different themes. The one that I was playing right at the beginning when I came in is a track called Boogie Down Bordeaux by Bob Hart. And the one that I currently use as my overall theme, which I really love, I'm just scrolling through on this on the website over here. It's called Boogie Down. It's called, what is it called? Boogie. No, I've just said that one. It's Black Cat Soiree, I think. I'm just looking to see who wrote it. Hang on, where is it? Black Cat Soiree. It's such a lovely track. Here we go. Oh, that's also by Bob Hart. Black Cat Soiree. It's a fantastic piece of music, and of course, you kind of get used to a theme tune. It's really nice. And people have said, that their kids hear it, they go, oh, it's that bald bloke again, because they recognise the music. Winnow Finn VT, we're having freezing rain in Vermont, so no travels to family until tomorrow. Golly, that sounds grim, doesn't it? Jackie Lowe says, hello, Vobes and all. Sitting here, I think, with the family, watching Strictly Come Prancing. Uh-oh. And Christian Soldier, hello to you. He says, I've been watching Richard, Julia, Glastonbury, Gabriel for a year or two. The videos have inspired me and the wife to save our pennies and to go explore England for a month in the near future. Well, you'd be very welcome. So, absolutely. Henry's Adventures, hello to you. Raining in Buckinghamshire, he says. It's rare for me not to go out of the house, but yesterday and today I didn't. But I'll be out tomorrow, rain or shine. Good for you, sir. Do check out Henry's Adventures, also on YouTube, particularly if you like railway stuff and travel. He's very much into that. Andrew Norris is out there in Croatia. Check out Andrew Norris. Always good to give people a call out if they have a YouTube channel, because we're all here to help each other. That's how I feel about it. I don't get a chance to watch as much as I would like. I'm subscribed to a fair number of things, but you know what it's like. It's very difficult sometimes. Let's have a look. Michael Thornley, Merry Christmas from Australia. Beautiful animals in Australia and wildlife that Michael puts out. Fantastic stuff. Mark G, hope everyone has a nice Christmas. And many more comments coming in. Very cool weather, but no COVID-19, says Mr. Basil B. Not here. Ringer Thomas, he says, going off to Chichester tomorrow. Very fond. Are you going to ring, Ringer Thomas? Are you ringing the bells on Sunday? That would be good. Naturally Curious UK says, hi folks, I'm a newcomer to the world of the Bald Explorer in this past year. A great boon to see his lovely videos during my work and lunch breaks. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Now, if anyone would like to have a conversation on the telephone, we have a telephone number. Hang on a minute. I've got to find where... I'm doing this slightly different to my my normal thing. Call Vobesy. Here we go. You can call in on this number. It's a UK number. I don't know what it costs to call in. It's a mobile number, 0793 4746790. And if you ring, I will put some headphones on and we can have a conversation. All I would say is just mute the YouTube channel when you do that, because there's a slight delay and it can be a bit confusing with that coming out. And already we do have a phone call, which is lovely. Let's find out who is on the line. Hello, welcome to the Bald Explorer Live.
It's Sean James Cameron, and a Merry Christmas to everybody.
Oh, Sean, can I say I was so touched by, the fact that you sat up, I think you sat up all night long doing that edit, and then also the fact that you picked out some lovely, lovely shots. And
well, this is what I wanted to ask you. You've done so much now over the last 12 months. What memory will you think of when you think of 2021?
Gosh, 2021. What memory? So many. I think actually I will think about probably some of the. I'm so used to the going out ones, and after a while, I have to say some of those they do start moulding into. Where did I go there? And where was that bridge? And where was that? So I often forget those. I think one of the. One of my favourite moments is actually when I wasn't doing any filming at all. Julia took the camera, the little GoPro, and she did such a brilliant job of filming, principally me buying a sofa from a second-hand shop and trying to get it in the house. And we had such a hoot with it. And I was so relaxed because I didn't have to think about the filming at all. She just did such a great job. And then I put all the stuff in the edit. And because I didn't know what she'd filmed, it was fun, the jigsaw of putting it together to make it work. Because ordinarily, I know every shot that I film and I'm already building the story as I go out on a walk or make a video. I'm already building the story shot per shot as I take it. So I think that's one of my endearing memories. And because the result was so popular as well.
Well, what's been quite nice to watch this year is the development of the channel, that it's become far more about you as a person, and that we get to see the house and the mixture of going out and a bit in the van. And I think 2021 is ending for you on a much more stress-free existence than doing a video every single day. And I think that is starting to come across in the videos.
I think you're absolutely right there. A lot of people were saying to me, a year into doing the daily videos, why are you doing them every day? Relax. You know, my friend Mark English was continually tapping me on the shoulder and saying, you don't need to do them every day. But I am pleased that I have done them every day, even though some of them are not my best work by any means. And sometimes some videos have been panic videos. I've got to make a video. What can it be? And you clutch at straws. But I think that's very good training. You can't relax. You've got to make something, and it teaches you It teaches you how elastic video creating can be. That something you didn't think was a subject that would make a video, you've got to make a video. So you can't say no, and so you have to go with the first idea that comes to mind because you're panicking. But having gone through that, I think now, even though I do look back and I think, oh God, how did I manage to do that? I struggle now with ideas for the 3 main videos that I do a week. So,
well, just my final question before I go and have some more chocolates.
Oh, lovely.
What would you like to achieve in 2022 for the channel?
What would I like to achieve? I think...
Is there a particular place you want to go to explore, or?
Not so much a particular place, but I would like to get the van out of Sussex more. Toying with the idea of another canal boat thing, although the world and his brother have got canal boat videos these days. We were very generously given a beautiful, I haven't taken it out of the box, I think something like a 4 or 5 man tent, and it's sitting in the back room. It's a great big thing, and so Julia and I and possibly Joe may go on a holiday with a tent and have an adventure. I think that's going to be rather wild. But also I do want to go off on some solo trips and continue the quest for Englishness, but out of this county, counties that I've not been to before, like I may have been to them, but not represented on the videos, like Herefordshire and Northumberland and Lincolnshire, places like that where it's all very alien to me and is ready to be opened up.
Well, what I would say is it doesn't matter how many channels there are out there. People tune into this channel because of the presenter. And that's my final comment. And I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And a Merry Christmas to you, Sean, and thank you very much for all the comradeship and friendship and the sort of egging me on to keep me going. I think we all need it.
In the post tomorrow,
oh, great! Yeah. I'll wait for the invoice then. Look after yourself, Sean. Bye bye. There we go. That was Sean. So check out Sean's channel. I imagine you just copy and paste the name from the chat room into YouTube, and it will pop up. Yes. So. Do feel free to give us a call if you've got a question or you want to have just a chat or just a few words. 0793 4746 790. We're halfway through the hour show. People tend to get brave towards the end, and then that means the phone calls become very short, or indeed they don't happen at all. So I would definitely go for it. But thank you very much. Yes, I think personally that Sean has a very good point. Ultimately, people are interested in people. The subject might be the thing that you first tune into a channel for, but I think it is the people that you get invested in. Hello, welcome to the Bald Explorer live chat.
Oh, hello there. This is Jack calling from Hastings.
Hello, Jack.
Hi, Richard. I'm fairly new to your show. I've only watched a few episodes, but it's really becoming part of my routine. I love your personality, and I love the way that you approach the work. It's really fun to watch. Just a quick question.
Yes.
I'm just curious, why don't you do a little bit more in Hastings or in the area surrounding Hastings? That's where I'm from.
Yes, I mean, you could turn that question round. Why don't I do anything in Hastings? Because I'm not sure that I've done anything. I once did a podcast in the caves.
That's right, yeah.
Many, many moons ago. The thing about Hastings, and I do want to do that, and now that I've converted my van into, it's much more comfortable than it was when I first bought it, is the thing about that, from here, it's about a 2-hour drive to Hastings and then a 2-hour drive back. So what I really want to do, and of course, we started to get into the autumn and all of that. So in the spring, as we get the longer days, that's when I want to be able to do these trips that are just a little bit too far to go there and back in a day. And the A27 is such a godforsaken road, particularly at the moment with the roadworks they're doing. It's enough to put anybody off making that journey unless, there's a very good reason for it. And I know you could go up, onto the M25 and then back down, presumably, but that would be a horrible route to do. But it would also be interesting to know of places to go. I mean, I've been to Hastings several times in the years. And there's old Hastings, looks lovely. And then, of course, you've got the cable, not cable car, it's the funicular.
Yeah, that runs up the hill.
Runs up the hill. I mean, just going there and having a go on that would be lovely.
But perhaps even Bodiam Castle, somewhere just outside Hastings.
Yes, I mean, there's all of that. There's Mad Jack's Follies I want to go and do some videos with. There's a lot in East Sussex that I have not, that I've failed to do. And I do want to do more of that. So I can't guarantee when because everything's on a whim. But also we've had all this uncertain 2 years, what with all these things. It's just put a lot of travelling and staying and what with everybody wandering about in masks and being slightly frightened of outsiders. It hasn't been the best of times to go travelling. But I'm hoping now that we are really getting to the end of that people are a little bit stronger and that there'll be no reason why I can't. And Hastings and that area are definitely on the cards. It's not... One of the things I think about is I want to do this in the long term. So I'm in no rush to do everything all at once.
Yeah.
But I appreciate...
I've got one more question, Richard, if that's all right.
Yeah, no, of course.
I just wanted to ask you, obviously, there's a lot of pressure when you produce an artistic piece like a YouTube video. And I was just curious, what sort of routine or process do you go through before, performing as you do, before filming? What do you do?
I rock up and I think, right, okay, what are we going to do here? Because most of this, most of the video evolves as I go. So I don't, the pre-planning is very much if I'm going on a walk in a certain area, I've looked at the OS map and planned a route. If I'm going to a town or something, I might, gen up a bit. The more overly, I think, the more prepared or the more rehearsed you are, it can act as a block in many ways, because if you can't do the things that you wanted to do because suddenly the roads are closed there, or there's too many people, or there's aeroplanes overhead, or for whatever reason you can't do it. In filmmaking, I've always found you've got to be able to compromise and work around things really quickly. So I do try just to use my experience, I suppose, to just think, right, okay, this is the, as long as I've got a point to the video. So if it's going to go, today I'm going to go to Hastings and we're going to the castle and we'll go up the funicular. That might be as all one needs. And, you might be at the bottom and you'll see something and think, hang on, before I do that, I'll have a look at those old fishermen's huts and nets and things and, film all of that, then get on the thing. So I don't do too much preparation, which might sound weird, because you've always got the fallback of the edit. The edit is the magic, is where the real magic. Although you've got to get the shots. If you haven't got the shots, then you can edit as much as you like. But if you haven't got the material, you've got nothing to put together.
Just a final thing for me, Richard. Thanks for making your show. Really enjoy watching it. I particularly like the Living Alone segments. I think they're personal, they're heartfelt. It's wonderful to see different parts of your life. And I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Jack. I appreciate you calling in, and I hope I can continue to make more videos that are enjoyable.
Thank you, Richard.
Look after yourself. Merry Christmas. There we go. That was Jack from Hastings. Thank you very much, Jack, for calling in. This is exactly Exactly the sort of thing I like doing these lives. But I don't want to do too many of these lives because I think that sort of takes away. I do the Vobes show, which is my entertainment show. It's interesting when people say, what do you do to prepare? Because when you just do something every day, I've always treated this as a full-time job. And some people say, oh, Richard, you work so hard at it. And I think, yes, but you go to work every day from 9 to 5. You work hard at your job. So I don't always think that this is it is something that I do work hard at it, of course. But I think you know what I mean. We have another phone call here. Let's see.
Hello, Sir Richard.
Hello, Alan Sandell.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And to everyone. Thank you for your year's hard work through all of the perils and restrictions and all of that. I had a exceptional Christmas day because I don't know if you remember my telling you one time that I lived in the States not too long ago, and my daughter and two of my grandchildren were over there as well. I got back last year, and I have a son and two grandchildren here. So this was the first ever Christmas that the whole family got together.
Wow. How about that? And how big is the family?
Well, I've got those, two children, four grandchildren, but then there was also my brother's wife and his mother-in-law there as well. So there were 9 of us in all.
Good heavens.
We all managed to sit at a table in the mother-in-law's annex.
And had a hearty meal?
Had a hearty meal, yes. My son's wife used to work in catering and had some training, so she can produce large quantities of food more easily than most of us can.
Yes, golly.
That was very good.
I did once, I think twice now. I've had my Essie. I'm just trying to think how many years it's been. 4 years. I think in the first 2 years, I had my wood-burning stove. I cooked for, I'm just trying to think, Billy and his girlfriend, myself, and I think Julia came round or somebody else came round. I'm trying to remember that there was about 4 of us, and 4 on the Essie was quite, because the Essie's not got a huge oven. It's got a reasonable sized oven. I was round at Richard Sugget's today, and his oven is a gas oven. It's kind of one of these ranges, and it looked like he had and Richard will correct me, but he had about 4 or 5 shelves on it. It was quite a tall oven or area to keep things warm. So I found it a bit of a struggle with the Essie, although you can put things all over the Essie because different parts of the Essie have different temperatures, and once you've got to hang with it. But I certainly wouldn't want to do more than that. So
well, if you've got six rings, I think, on a gas stove, so and of course the ever-present microwave as well, and So that was very good. So that was my bit. That was my Christmas day. So that was very nice.
So what are you going to do on Boxing Day? Do you do anything traditional? Are you going hunting? Is that the tradition at your house? Are you one of these horrible men who dress up in red and go and shoot the poor little foxes?
God, I couldn't stand that. No plan. Well, I think I think my son and his family are going up to. I think they're going up to London to see the lights, maybe.
This is the thing. Everybody comes out, don't they? So I'm hoping it's going to be a lovely day. I don't know
It'd
that
be nice for a change.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? And everybody manages to get about and walk off all that Christmas pudding. That would be lovely.
Yes, I managed to give myself hypothermia yesterday, just walking.
Hypothermia? It's so mild today.
I found it a bit frigid up here in Surrey. Yesterday I came back from the shop. I thought I had a high fever, and it turned out my pulse rate was 92.
Gosh. Well, you better take it easy, Alan.
Yes. I don't think I've been too well this week.
Yeah.
So anyway,
lovely to talk to you.
Thanks for the year. Lovely to talk to you. Cheers for now. Bye.
Yeah, take care, Alan. All the best.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. Merry Christmas as well. That's Alan Sandell from Surrey, who a great contributor on the phone to the Vobes show regularly. Lots of chat going on in the chat room. Tonight's show, says Sean James, Cameron is enough to bring a tear to a glass eye. Oh yes, absolutely. Mr. Bazaby says we had sirloin last night. I had a homemade chili con carne last night, knowing that I was being invited out to lunch today. I haven't bought any turkey or any of the normal Christmas trimmings, and I thought if I didn't like the turkey dinner today, I've got a little bit of chilli left over, but I feel still quite full. Hello, welcome to the live Christmas chat.
Hi Richard, it's Liam speaking here. Merry Christmas to yourself and your viewers.
Hello Liam, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks. Having a great day. I just wanted to come on. I'm actually from Suffolk, but recently moved down to Lewes, down in East Sussex. I understand that you've made a few videos sort of in that area, lovely part of the world. I just wondered when you were, next planning on coming into Suffolk again.
Oh, well, I know that Windmill Bob, who invited me up to have a look at the windmills in Suffolk, is very keen for me to return because he says there's plenty more windmills to see. And of course, there's the coast range that I understand is particularly beautiful. And I guess that's where a lot of the tourists go. And so I don't know where. There's so many places. And as I was saying to, I think, Jack a few minutes ago, I've always had this philosophy that there's part of me that wants to go out to everywhere very quickly. But there's the other part of me saying, I'm not doing this as a 5-minute wonder. I still want to be doing this in 10 years' time. So I think that England is such a wonderful country for so many different reasons, not only the landscape and the history, and the nature and all of that. And then it changes over time. But I definitely want to get back into Suffolk and Norfolk and all round East Anglia. There's so much to see, as there is everywhere. But I hope next year I will do a trip to Suffolk for sure, because I'm sure Windmill Bob will be twisting my arm. Have you got some places you could recommend?
Well, I know you were in Saxted, weren't you, relatively recently. I'm not sure if you've delved into Framlingham Castle. It's kind of been it's very, very topical area, obviously, with the Ed Sheeran links recently.
I don't know. You see, this is the problem. Everybody assumes that I know a lot of things about a lot, and I really don't. So much of what I do is genuinely exploring places that people might be familiar with, but I'm not. So do tell more.
Absolutely. So, if you're familiar with Saxted, the next sort of main town on from there is Framlingham, famed, as I was saying, for the castle, which was named the Castle on a Hill, Ed Sheeran's song, who's from the area. So that's certainly one that I think you should maybe tick off when you're next in the area.
Right. Okay. I shall put that on my list. How do you pronounce it? Framlington?
Framlingham. Yeah.
Framlingham. Yeah. The castle there. And what is it? Is it a Norman castle or a Roman castle? Is it started as a Roman fort or something?
Yeah, I believe so. I must admit I'm not too clued up, but I'd certainly like to, see you kind of give your perspective on the area and the castle itself for sure.
Flappy Goose says Framlington is nice, but it's touristy.
Absolutely. I think that's certainly more recently since, as I say, Ed Sheeran's obviously kind of raised the popularity of the area. But no, certainly, as I say, if you're in the area on the Windmill Trail, certainly perhaps make a diversion in that direction for sure.
Yeah, I try to avoid touristy things because it's harder to film naturally, because my style is I use the tripod a lot and I want to set up the camera and then see me walking over here and trying to make it a bit more televisual, I suppose. But, touristy places, sometimes you can, if I can build up my audience so that you have a bit more clout, you can ring these places up and say, hello, I'm the Bald Explorer. I've got 20,000 million viewers, let me in. And so sometimes that can open doors, or otherwise there's ways of doing it discreetly. And then you place it up and then they ask you to come back and say, we saw your video of our castle. Can you come back and do it properly? Yeah, certainly. So, that would be good. What do you make of Lewes now that you're down in East Sussex?
Yeah, as I was saying, a lovely part of the world. I'm sort of based in the centre for work purposes mainly, although kind of working remotely as it stands. It's a bit of a chocolate box, lots of picturesque areas, lovely little cafes, etc. Really enjoying it. And as I said earlier, I've seen a couple of your videos, and I think they're from a little while back now. But it's certainly no complaints this end.
And a little bit more hilly.
Absolutely, yeah, certainly.
Because you're there at the foot of the Downs, really, or sort of tucked in the Downs, aren't you? Really, in Lewes, with Mount Caburn to one side, and
Yeah.
where the Battle of Hastings took place at. I can't remember the name, the little village where the hill behind you, basically.
Exactly. Certainly compared to East Anglia, that's relatively flat.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So well, I'm glad, but yes, Suffolk is definitely on the list. I will be looking. I'm looking forward to exploring more, and it's just so nice, to get away from the familiar, and challenge myself.
Absolutely. Oh, great. Well, no, that's great to hear. But I better shoot off. But just wishing you the best going into the new year, and look forward to your future videos.
Thank you very much, and you too, and thank you for giving us a call. Take care,
Thank
Liam.
you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So there we go. That's Liam calling in from Lewes, but originally from Suffolk. How lovely is that? Let's have a look. Lots of chat going on in the chat room. Ron Langley says, you have a nice format to your videos, Richard. Thanks, Ron. Really appreciate that. I'm interested, actually, how you watch. Do you watch on a large screen, like on a big television, or do you watch on your phone? And does it make a difference? I try to make them now so that you can sit back more and watch, because they're slightly longer. Whereas before they were sort of very much your coffee break video. Hello, welcome to the live stream.
Good evening.
Good evening. Who's that?
It's me again.
It's me again.
It's me again.
And who's me again?
Mr. Sugget.
Oh, Mr. Sugget, yes. Do you know, I didn't recognise you that time. Funny enough,
I didn't think you did.
I recognised you as Father Christmas yesterday in the Vobes show. But then you see, fantastic. I'm expecting. I don't know who I'm expecting on this one, because the audience is huge, and I've just looked over there. It said 200 odd people watching, which is astounding.
Wow, that's very good, isn't it?
I know. It's making me slightly nervous now.
There's obviously nothing on the TV.
Yeah, clearly BBC, full of repeats.
Absolutely.
Can I say a big thank you to you and Amanda, and to lovely Jackie, your mother-in-law, for putting up with me this afternoon and stuffing my face with lovely turkey.
It was an absolute pleasure, and I wanted to actually tell the audience, you made some mince pies on a video recently, which you made again for us. I can confirm they were absolutely delicious.
You're not just saying that.
No, I've just been finishing them off.
Have you? The thing is, when I was making them the very first time, I was thinking, crikey, there's a lot of butter goes into this. And then I was making them before, and I realised, that block of butter, an ordinary block of butter, 200, is it?
250 grams or so.
Yeah, that's it. And you slice, and I basically slice that in half, because it's 125 grams in the recipe to make the 12 mince pies. And I thought, wow, if you ate all the mince pies, that's the amount of butter you're getting. But of course, you might have not as much as that on your toast over a couple of days.
Well, let's not forget mince pies can also have fruit in them, so you get one of your 5 a day as well.
Oh yeah, there we go. No, absolutely. I'm going to make some more, because I may well be seeing the lovely Julia tomorrow. She might breeze in, so I need to have some mince pies, because she'll be very upset because she won't want to miss out. So I think she had one about 2 days old, but whereas as I came to your house, I'd taken them out of the Essie, drove over to you, and you're about 20 minutes from me, and they were still warm.
They were delicious.
So thank you very much.
Welcome. So I've got a bit of a question for you to do
fire
with
away.
The Bald Explorer. Have you any thoughts of taking the Bald Explorer further afield?
And when you say further afield, do you mean abroad?
Possibly abroad, yeah. Or Scotland, Wales, Ireland.
Yes, Scotland would be lovely. Some of the I did go into Scotland a couple of years ago, but around Dumfries and Galloway, but we only sort of skirted over the border, not really into the big Highland hills in the middle of nowhere. I think I'd need to be a little bit brave to do that on my own. It would be great to go with somebody on an adventure like that. Certainly the first time in a van. But definitely. Wales, I have done some things in Wales, but again, not very much. I did go up Cad Idris with my daughter at one point before she went to New Zealand. And, what's the town? Oh, I forgot the town. What's the town with the last bridge that has...
I've got. I know the one you're talking of, but I can't think what it's called.
Yes, and I can't think how you describe the bridge now. It's got not a toll on it. It's got the. Oh, see, this is the trouble with me is that especially when I'm on the spot, and I often get this when I'm filming, as people will know. The brain goes, sorry, I'm not going to tell you. But yes, the answer is I do want to go further afield, and I don't want to stay local. And as I was saying, I think it was to Jack that. Now that I feel we are really coming out of this pandemic, and that we're going to have to live with it, and the government is going to have to let us get on with our lives and give us those freedoms. And if Wales and Scotland can stop panicking, then maybe we can get further afield.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I think it'd be good to see much more of the beautiful country that we live in, and when I say country, I mean the United Kingdom.
I mean, this is the thing. I know there are people overseas who often comment and say England is so lovely, and you think I don't know their country, but to me it is lovely. It's stunning, and some of the light you get in the morning or at night, and we have a beautiful country. We are wrecking it a lot, but and that's a heartache. But there's so much still to see, and I want to record as best I can and share with the lovely viewers.
I mean, some of the things I've liked on your videos is when you've gone to some of the most random places. And I think there was one that you and I did, which we did on the spur of a moment over in Bertham.
Oh, yeah.
Where we literally pulled out a map and we found a moat. And we went and found that.
Oh yeah,
I don't think there's many countries in the world that you can do that in.
Well, we're so lucky in this this country with our OS maps, the Ordnance Survey maps, that they have been every contour, almost every pebble is marked on these maps, which makes them an absolute joy for the adventurer to go and look, and particularly those anomalies of history, like an old moat, and it's near a footpath, and you can go and look at it, and you can stand where once a manor house stood in the 1100s, all gone, but there's still those little bits of earthworks that are still there, and you think, yes, I'm connecting with history. And you're right, I think we're quite unique in having this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Monmouthshire. I've just remembered it was Monmouth Bridge I was thinking about, which is just inside Wales. Monmouthshire.
Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, beautiful bridge. I can't remember what they call the little hut or house, the stone on Monmouth Bridge. I forget what it's called now. But it's the last of those. Gatehouse. It's a gatehouse. There, the brain is beginning to work. So yeah, no, brilliant. And of course, you run your podcast, and people can tune in on that Veg Grower podcast and find out what you're doing. You're buying a little camp-in car.
Yeah, hopefully arriving this week, and we'll be taking trips out in that.
Yeah, well, I hope that we can go off and do a trip together sometime when you've got time off work.
Yeah, that'll be the plan.
We'll
schedule something in.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, thank you, Richard.
No problem. You take care and have a good Christmas, and Merry Christmas to everyone watching.
And Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you very much.
And little Roxy.
And little Roxy, who's been spoiled.
Yeah. Take care, Richard.
Take care. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
There we are. Richard Sugget from the Veg Grower podcast, asking again if I'm going to go further afield. Definitely, that is, I think I've got to do it. Flappy Goose says, my challenge for 2022 is to see my first red squirrel. Oh, yes, that would be good. There's some red squirrels on the Isle of Wight. I know that because the lovely Liz Housden took me there. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Richard.
Hello. Who's that?
It is Kieran.
Hello, Kieran.
How are you doing?
Yeah, no, very good. Thank you very much. Enjoying this chance to have a chat to people. Are you
Good. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Are you having a good one? Sounds like there's people there.
There are people here.
Excellent.
It's a brilliant one.
Oh, good. I'm very pleased because we had a cancelled Christmas last year, so thank goodness we can have. Hello.
Who's on the phone?
Richard.
Who are you on the phone to?
Richard.
Richard who?
Richard Vobes.
Richard Rhodes?
Vobes.
Rhodes?
He's a legend.
Yeah.
Legend?
Legend.
Legend?
There's an echo there, isn't there, where you are?
There's a massive echo.
So how long have you been watching The Bald Explorer, Kieran?
Me and my friend, we Googled Steyning.
Oh, right.
And you came up.
It popped up like a bad penny.
We watched quite a few of your videos and we love them.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind. Any particular favourites of the sort of thing I do?
Well, the Steyning one, we watched the whole one, hoping you'd go past his house, but you didn't.
Is it? Are you the person who commented and said, "Yeah, you didn't go past the so-and-so house"?
That would have been me.
Oh, right, yeah, because you could do a video on somewhere, and there's always something that you don't know. Obviously, I did one in I think it was Aldwick Way, and there was this blue plaque on a house. I didn't know it was there, and it was on a wall, and it just happened to be in the background. I went down the street, and people, you went right past that blue plaque, you didn't even go there. It's like, I didn't see it. I didn't know it was there. And
always the way.
It's always the way. And then there's always one wag, on there. Oh, we didn't see that house down there. You think, well, I do my best, for goodness sake. But I'll have to come back, clearly. What was the house?
It's just by the cricket field. It's nothing special. We just wanted to.
Oh, right.
Just wanted to go. Oh, that's his house.
That's his house. He didn't go past my mate's house. Swine.
We did go to Dog Lane afterwards, though.
Yeah, interesting Dog Lane, isn't it? That thing about the dogs that did the dog postal service. I've never heard that anywhere else, but I gather it is a thing.
I would have thought it must have been.
Because they were, dogs are good little creatures to go carting off. No good in these days with Amazon, of course, with a great big parcel wrapped to the dog. But you never know. Amazon might think, that's cheap labour.
Amazon go, yep, we want dogs.
We'll have dogs delivering instead of drones.
It was a good idea.
I hope you have a lovely Christmas, you and your... who's there? Who have you got with you?
I've got my whole family.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Merry Christmas to the whole family. I hope
I'm sure they'll say happy Christmas back.
Oh, well, I shall listen.
They're not all here.
All right, fair enough.
I'll get my brother too. Lee, say happy Christmas. My brother said it. That's enough.
That's enough, absolutely. Well, you said Kieran, didn't you?
Yeah, that's my name.
Yeah, Kieran. Well, have a good one, and thanks so much for ringing in.
No problem. You too.
Look after yourself.
All right, bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. There we go. That was Kieran ringing from Steyning. Fantastic. Well, listen, coming up to the end of my hour, and I don't want to press upon you on Christmas Day. Just want to say a big thank you very much for all your calls, all your texts, and all of that. I'm just working out how to take the phone off the screen. Richard Vobes, call Vobes. There it is. There we go. I'll get rid of that. Natural Curiosity says red squirrels on Mersey Island, Essex, apparently. So we still have them. Ian McCagan, hello Ian. He says 127 likes proves Christmas day was a good idea. Thank you, Ian. Lovely to see you there. Got to go camping in your field again. Hello, welcome to the live show.
Hello there. How are you, old chap?
I'm very well. Is that Fabian?
As always, I'm just kind of having an absolute splendiferous moment on my own, and just enjoying everyone who's been phoning in. And to be honest with you, I think Sean hit it on the nail on the hammer, or hammer on the head, so to speak, with all your genuineness and everyone loving what you basically succeeded in. It's so well done, you, and may you carry on the good work. Seriously, I mean that.
No, Fabian, thank you so much. Lovely to hear. And are you saying that you are having Christmas on your own?
Absolutely.
And you're okay with that?
I'm fine. Considering the fact that having, as I said earlier this year, having the guts to say on air the fact that I've got Asperger's, that tends to help, because when people join the bandwagon of the mental health brigade and the woke brigade, it kind of pisses me off when they're actually just having the flavour of the month mindset.
Yes.
Whereas I have to live with it day in and day out.
Yes, absolutely.
And the fact is that people don't understand what generally it means. I mean, I'm currently on 150 milligrams sertraline, which is an antidepressant and anxiety controlling pharmaceutical drug. I have been on it for many years, and if people want to take that for a month holiday, be my guest, and you would like to sleep all day the majority of times, and you feel very, very groggy at the best times, and you really want that, okay, fine,
Yes.
And I mean, the arrogance of the media tripping brigade and the likes of film stars, having their flavour of the month. I'll just get all that off my chest and just basically say, have a lovely, lovely time. And seriously, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And also, of course, to lovely Julia and the wonderful son. There is one place I would seriously like you to have a real bust up with, and that will be Castle Combe.
Castle Combe? Haven't I been to Castle Combe?
I'm not entirely sure, or maybe I have missed it.
Hang on a minute. I'm just going to have a quick, because that rings a bell. Hang on, let's go to YouTube. Let's see. Hang on, we can do this. Vobes. Let's put that in the search. Hang on, where's the search box gone? There it is. Vobes. I'm sure I've been to Castle. Oh yeah, here we go. Look. We go to yes. This was on the trip that lovely Julia and I went to our Wiltshire. We went to Castle Combe.
Well done, you. Because really, why I say that was because the cottages on the left hand side are based on the left-hand side of the bridge and the private gate. Now, those three cottages next door to the post office was actually my grandparents' homes, and they were all three cottages conjoined to each other. Now, sadly, they don't live anymore, and so they had to sell the houses, of course, and now there's a somewhat of a famous film director who has really developed it into something else completely sensational. And that's the picture that you've got on 7 seconds ago. That shows dead opposite.
Oh, right. And missed it. Sorry, I'm moving about with it.
No, fair play. But the country.
Sorry,
it's the country manner that you must give it a try next time if you get the opportunity, because it's a good place to have a good lunch, a cup of coffee, a piece of cake, and things like that. And it's all good. So I mean, who would knew that you've done one in Costco already, which is great, because even though it's a small place, it has its extraordinary unique charms, like the oils.
It's interesting.
The oils. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say. It's interesting you say that, because when we first arrived, and it comes, I hope it comes over in the video. I was quite negative about it, only because it seemed like the soul of the place has long departed, and it had become a tourist place. And I said to Julia, I don't know how I can make this. How I feel that this is, it's all England. In terms of the skeleton of it, the buildings and everything else, and yet the people, you're not seeing real life. And then we met,
very well put.
just as we were almost finishing up, we met a local who spoke to us. And she was, I can't remember her name, Julia will probably remember her name. It was like Angela or somebody like that. And she said that they are there, but they rarely come out when the tourists are in season, because the tourists are taking their pictures and all of that. And then she said, we do have trouble. And then she talked about the drones that people came with. And she said, people will fly their drones, because there were stickers on people saying, please don't fly your drones. People would not only just fly, as you might expect, respectfully over the village. That was one thing. But they would fly them down low level and look in with the drone, the camera on the drone, through the windows and in the back garden. And apparently one person was laying in state because he had died, and the drone came in and filmed this person. And you just think, how disrespectful can people be? And that was just gobsmacking, really.
I mean, if you hear about the legal consensus regarding drone operation and licenses, that you would have assumed licensing. How can it be enforced when you don't have a registration plate on a drone?
Well, you do have well, exactly. I mean, you're supposed to put in your registration number on the drone, and I do, because I've got my license and what have you. But how do you police it? Because you can send it up, do whatever you want to do with it, and then whip it away. And unless somebody's really going to capture you, it is very difficult. But all the time that you can promote the proper use of the drone, of course, is it's just helping to influence and tell people this is how you use the drone, and don't be silly with it.
You can easily have their scapegoat, especially what happened regarding Gatwick and how the drones were obstructing takeoff and landings of aeroplanes.
Well, exactly. And you don't want the last thing, people like me who just want to include, when you can, safely, just a tiny little bit of drone shots to give perspective to the video, which I don't do a lot of. I haven't really had the drone for very long. But you don't want the idiots to then make it a criminal thing to have a drone altogether and actually take it away. So we've all got to be respectful.
Absolutely.
But I would like to come to Stroud, where you are. I've been to Stroud a few times, and then meet up sometime and have a cup of tea somewhere.
That sounds like a bloody good idea, old chap. And
it's a lovely part of the world where you are.
It really is quite exceptional. It won the best town to live on the Times newspaper list.
There you go.
In the competition. But, living here for the last 25 odd years, I've found out that the alter ego of the Wellington bohemian lifestyle of the Covent Garden, Notting Hill, ganging up on everyone down here. It's how it is. It comes across as in the countryside, as an identification for what it is like in the kind of Notting Hill kind of like mindset in the countryside. It kind of gets boring when you've got the BS that goes with it.
Once you take, this is the problem. One of the problems I feel with England at the moment is that we've taken what was the community, the reason that some of these villages and houses and basically that community which used to really be connected with farming. Has gone, because now people from the cities are moving in, and like with Castle Combe, the reason the village or the town was actually there as a marketplace or as a support for the farm or for the local landowner or whatever, all of that has gone, and you've got this picture postcard properties which look like they've never looked, because now there is no straw and horse dung on the floor and all the stuff that would have been there in a working farm back in the day. And instead you've got these BMWs and Jaguars and very rich people whose businesses are not necessarily local or not really connected with the community anymore. And that's the heart of England is slowly dwindling, and that's what
And that's where they call it, picking the community off one by one. And the idea that they can say, I really believe in community on the local news presenters, but say, the community are coming out in strength and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, hold on a minute. It's been picked off one by outsiders from London, particularly for purchasing requirements of second homes. And I'm thinking to myself, well, this is sniper mindsets that make it very, very typical for those who are financially making it accommodations for those who already live here to be outpriced. And that to me is unethical purchasing for nothing but greed in my book. Now, I'm guilty of it myself because I'm a Londoner, but though I went to Cusledine, which is a Richard Sugget school, where I had been brought up to understand, people's sensitivities and issues because of my
a Steiner school is a lot more ethical, I suppose, and open to those sort of ideas than a lot of
you would think so, but
there
is a undercurrent.
There
is an undercurrent.
It's everywhere.
Middle class undercurrent.
We're gonna have to curtail this lovely conversation though, Fabian, but I would definitely
absolutely
love to come down and have a cup of coffee and get you to take me around the area, and we can
it'll be a privilege.
Yeah, we can have a good old chinwag. But
nice
thank
one.
you very much. Look after yourself, and have a Merry Christmas and a happy Boxing Day and a New Year and all that.
Nice one. Drop me your number on the email that I've sent you, and we can make plans in the new year sometime.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now I've got my van. Okay. It's a mobile bedroom, so I can just rock up. And,
excellent.
And I've got my lovely little light, my new lights in there that somebody described. It looked like one of these party wagons. So, I can get all the girls in there. We have the champagne and the whole thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, something. Anyway, you look after yourself.
Let's see, you take care, and also to everyone, and including lovely Julia. Oh, of
Absolutely.
course, always. What a blinding character she is, and I love her to bits.
We all love the lovely Julia.
As all you two, as always, and anyway, take care.
Take care. Toodle pip.
Let's Godspeed and get there. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Fabian. Bye. There we go. That was Fabian, who, as he says, he suffers from Asperger's syndrome, and it's very brave of him, and I admire, somebody who might ordinarily want to not share that, but he's come out and he's proud of his battle with it, and I'm very thrilled to see that. We've all got all sorts of different battles that we all fight, and I think that's brilliant. Listen, I'm going to have to end the show now, but thank you so much. It's been absolutely wonderful to have these few minutes to thank you more than anything else for your faith, your feedback, and your support in what I do. I also want to be able to thank the lovely Julia, who couldn't be here today because she's with her family, who has been a stalwart. She's not in all the videos, as you know, but she would very much like to be, and I would very much like to do more with her. She's been pretty much my right-hand man, if I can muddle up the sexes there for a moment. And of course, many of my other supporters, like Richard Sugget, who rang in earlier, Matthew Holdsworth, Mark English, and people like that. And of course, all the Vobesters who've been in touch, and so many, and lovely Judith, who's helped moderate in many of my live chats on the Vobe show. So it just remains really to say thanks very much. Have a happy Christmas, the rest of it, and a great Boxing Day if you celebrate Boxing Day wherever you are, and enjoy the holiday up to the new year. And I hope to continue to do what I do and keep you entertained in the best way that I can. So thanks again. Look after yourselves, and I will see you again soon. And so I will, let me see, I better play out with a piece of music, hadn't I? And I'm going to play out with a particular track that the lovely Julia and I like, which we introduced when we were in Wiltshire, on one of the places we went to. I can't remember where it was, and say thank you very much and look after yourselves. Take care and goodbye for now. Bye bye.